Hello, this is Wicked, and welcome back to our solo attempt at a Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition run-through.
All right, all right.
We last left off, we just finished this section of the map, killing off Drist, and now we're headed up here
You
to
have
the
been
map right
waylaid by
below
enemies
High
and
Hedge.
must
Oh, and
defend yourself.
I right off the bat get to fight some wandering monster gnolls. Nice. See? So I did a little thinking in between videos about what I'm going to do with the equipment we got from the killed Drist. And oh, that's really damage I didn't want to take. I mean, I'm killing these gnolls in 1 or 2 hits, and I've probably missed 10 attacks in a row. And I only need like a 10 to hit these guys, so it's some pretty pathetic attacking. I deserve to be hit if I'm that pathetic of an adventure. So like I've been saying, thinking about what to do with Drist's weapons and whatnot, and I'm using a +2 sword that does an extra +1 of cold damage. So it's kind of like a +2 to hit, +3 to damage. Whereas the scimitars are a +3 to hit, +3 to damage. So it's just a very slight attack rating increase, but not really a damaging. However, I do want to start using my bow a lot more. Now that I'm not conserving arrows, kill Drist with. Better not get hit by this wolf. Didn't put your shield on. Man, this wolf is taking a beating. That's a lot of hit points for a wolf. Oh, and some hobgoblins show up from behind me from an area that I've already been to. Lovely. They're shooting arrows at me. I will put my... So one of the Drift Swords gives me plus 50% fire, so you have to take that into consideration on top of the +1 to hit. And the other one gives you +2 AC. Both that are pretty significant bonuses. So I would consider it just based on those, even if it was just a +2 scimitar. The problem is I'm hoping to transfer this character to Baldur's Gate 2 at some point, and there just really isn't any good scimitars in Baldur's Gate 2 to justify me putting points into scimitar. It would be great for running Baldur's Gate with, but for Baldur's Gate 2, they're really just going to be wasted proficiency points. Oh, hello there. And blah, blah, blah. I'm a mailman. Very nice. So, I don't think I'll be putting points into Scimitar based on that, but that at the same time, I don't think as a multi-classed fighter, if as a multi-classed fighter I'm allowed to start putting more points into Longsword than just the 2 I already have, then I'll definitely be doing that. I'll crank Longsword up to the max before I can start considering putting points in another weapon. However, if I'm maxed out at 2, what other weapon could I possibly take? I've already dedicated myself to sword and shield style, I believe. Sword and shield style. So I do expect to continue using a shield. There's also the consideration scimitars only do a d6 rather than a d8 like a longsword. So if I was not able to up my longsword anymore, what possible other weapon options do I have? I could take mace or warhammer so that I have blunt damage against skeletons. That might be useful. Or what other options could there possibly be? So scimitars could be a good secondary weapon option. So I think it's all going to come down to the restriction. And at the very last second, I took 1 damage from the zombie because I rolled a crit. Right before he died, got one last sucker punch in. So I think we'll just have to wait and see. Not much of a revelation, but it's really going to come down to those points at the end. I have my bow on. Warg a little bit buffer than a normal wolf, but his attack is still coming in at a -3, so that's good. Now the question is, can I roll higher than a 2 or a 1? And a 10. And a whole bunch of misses that the dice rolls are not showing for. Let's see, what other considerations do I have? My leveling has definitely slowed down because every XP I get is divided by 3 into my 3 classes. I still say I'm only about a third of the way through this game. Maps for Baragos, or not Baragos, Baldur's Gate is pretty expansive. I still have about half of the outdoor wilderness maps to go through. Entire right side of the map and a small portion of the forest to the north. But not too much. It's about half of the outside maps left. Maybe a little bit less than half. But then you have the entire indoors of Candlekeep to do, the entire city of Baldur's Gate, which has the Iron Throne, it has the sewers. Hey, what do you have to say, buddy? No, stay back, lest this madness be catching. Calm down. What is this madness you speak of? Or I've heard of diseases of the mind that are more contagious than those of the flesh. Leave me be, for I want none of whatever your curse is calling you. Calm down. What's the madness? Oh my gosh, there's a talking chicken. Okay, so there's another conundrum for this character. I would like to play the character. I initially started the character off as chaotic good. But yeah, I'm a good guy. I want to help people. I've had a good upbringing, a loving foster father and whatnot. But I've been put on this harsh road. I'm constantly running into bandits who want to kill me.
Your life ends here.
And other villains. So it might have made my character a little bit bitter, a little bit cynical. But then I killed Drist. And even though I talked to him and I was like, yeah, I'm going to help you, and then I changed my mind and shot him, that was just some really bad roleplay on my part. Because I wanted to get his gear, which I'm probably in turn not going to use. But it was a good XP boost. That aside, it damaged my reputation so much for having killed him that when I got the next Ball Dream event, it actually kind of considered me evil and gave me the drain spell rather than a heal spell. Oh, which, by the way, Let's take a heal. I already have an evil character that I've finished Baldur's Gate with fairly recently. To run Baldur's Gate 2, I didn't really want to have a second evil character. So this character now kind of seems like, oh, I definitely want to use a bow on that. This character seems like a kind of now a mishmash in between. One more. Come on, get in one more arrow. Thank you. So I may be playing this character at some point with answers that are a little bit. You guys are gonna pull up bows already. Three hobgoblins here. You surrender or you die. Time to die, you ugly hobgoblins. So things like this. I don't try to talk to them. I mean, obviously the other option is surrender. Ask them what they want, but like I said, this character's probably seen enough bandits. His life's been threatened way too many times. It's already caused him to not trust Drist and attack him. So I don't think. Obviously, hostile monsters, I'm not even going to give them the time of day. Alright, who hit me? Zargal. Which one's Zargal? The brown one. Generally, I like to go for the archers first, because for some reason, even though the archer has a less chance of hitting me with the bow because of my shield, his penalty is greater. Zargal's at a +1, blue guy's at a +2, the gray's guy's at a +2. That's all with their swords. But up here, when he still had his bow, he was at a -4. -4. But for some reason, now that I'm next to him and he put his bow away, I'll go back to attacking the guy I was at before. But for some reason, oh, and I'm using fist again. Wonder. For some reason, get a drain in. All right. The guys with bows just always seem to hit me, where the guys with swords usually don't. Maybe it has to do with they're just getting purely more dice rolls. Because the bow shoots a little bit faster. Or maybe it's just pure unluck that's now made me biased. But I always like to take out the bow guys first, that's for sure. That third guy ran away. I will switch to a bow and go hunt him down. Oh, and I've got extra arrows I don't really know what to do. I'm already full up, so at some point I'm gonna have to turn around and go back to town. Carrying way too much stuff. Could have identified this book with a spell and read it already and got it out of my inventory, plus benefited from the stat up. And I plan to do that as soon as I can remember to. I will start get these darts used up. Not really a dart user, except on wizards. There's no real point in saving them. There's not. I could sell them, but they don't sell for that much either, as far as I remember. So we're going to have to drop and discard some arrows. Arrows. No real reason to. Start I've you pack rat certain items in the expectation of, oh, I don't want to waste it on a wolf, or I don't want to waste it on a hobgoblin because there's going to be some powerful monster coming up. Okay. There's going to be some really nasty monster coming up, and I want to have really good arrows to shoot it with so that I don't miss and that I do much more damage. Then on the flip side, you end up never using them, and they just suck up inventory space forever and ever and ever. And then you find better arrows. So, yeah, I might be shooting myself in the foot a little bit by using them up now rather than later, but I need the inventory space. Alright, so there's a fight over there, but I'll come at that a little bit later from another direction. Oh, shush, I'm spying on Basilisk and his spooks. They're funny. This isn't a place for a child. Return to Baragost at once. Run every step of the way. What I should be saying to this kid, but I'm also curious what's going on. I want to get information out of this kid. Let's see, Basilisk keeps on telling those stories about how happy he was as a kid, but all the spook just kind of moan and mumble and stuff, like they're not really listening. That what my brother Johnny used to do before he disappeared, mumble like that when he weren't really listening. You stay here. I'm gonna go tell my friend Nettie about this place. She'll think it's really funny about her daddy gone and all. Okay, so Basilisk the murderer. That's a nice clue. So I will go fight Basilisk. It's actually a very difficult fight for me to do with the solo character. There's a cleric in the center, and he likes to cast paralysis. A bandit. Come on, go attack the bandit. Oh, or throw darts at him. That's fine too. Another bandit. Throw some more darts. Miss. But you're not doing too bad. Well, I already know I can't. I don't have inventory space to pick up those arrows or the scalps. Okay. I'm getting a little fat with gold. There's not too many items I actually plan on spending my gold for. There might be some scrolls in High Hedge that I could buy from the wizard, and definitely some robes of the Archmage, if I can afford them, that I would consider. The wolf have a dart.
Ends here.
Or not. Alright, that wolf died really fast. Okay, that's pretty much done. Talking Chicken, Melcamp. Thank ye, Cluck. You have saved Cluck me. So there's two possibilities. I didn't see him because I didn't come straight up. There's a peasant a little bit down here further who is freaking out because there's a talking chicken. If you talk to him, none of these dialogue options change. But if he warned you that there's a talking chicken, all of these answers represent that, oh my gosh, there's a talking chicken, you're shocked. But if you had talked to the peasant, you shouldn't be shocked. You should be expecting to find a talking chicken. That being said, you can say, unholy magics are afoot. This chicken is possessed. This bird is foul. Funny joke. Um, being a mage myself, I think this is a ridiculous statement. I wouldn't call them unholy magics. I'm fully aware of non-unholy magics that can cause that effect. I fear I've taken one too many blows to the head. Next, I'll be hearing hamsters speak. Also a jape, a funny remark, but uh, it's kind of like a dumb response. I can't imagine. And forsooth, methinks you are no ordinary talking chicken. Also a joke, considering talking chickens are not ordinary. But saying forsooth, methinks makes me sound dumb, like I've also been struck on the head. I'll go with that one, but uh, all three of these options are all comical, and none of them really fitting what a mage character might actually say coming across a talking chicken. Okay, I certainly hope you are cluck jesting with me. Indeed, I am no ordinary talking chicken, and I am in need of your cluck help. My apologies, chicken, or no, I refuse to let this step go any further. Okay, I'm not that mean. Let's see what I can do about your first date. Thank you. Mother of all magic, mayhap now I may end this cluck nightmare. I am Melicamp of Baragost, a cluck mage, adept in the mystical arts. A misread incantation seems to be cluck, the source of my troubling form. 'Tis been over a month since I cluck uttered a polymorph spell, and I simply cannot return to my normal cluck form. Okay, I'm a mage. I have passing knowledge of magery. Can you not dispel this foul? Is most likely a godly retribution for some past offense or indiscretion. I'll not meddle in such affairs. Okay, I'm a wizard, so this is completely a baloney answer. I'm not so religious to say godly retribution. I know it's a messed up spell, and it happens. Is there anyone that might be able to assist you? I fear I have little in the way of magical power myself. And this is totally not true. So let's go with this. Why can't you fix yourself? I would dispel it. I would, but dispels beyond my rather, I exhausted my cluck memorized spells earlier, and now I cannot access my spellbook. Have you or a member of your party the cluck ability to cast such a spell? Now here, interesting. He's basically saying he's not high enough level to do it. I do. I even have a dispel memorized. I could say perhaps, but what shall be our reward? Would seem such a spell would be worth much to you at this particular time, especially. Uh, my character is bitter and cautious and cynical, but he's not greedy. If someone's in real help and I can help them, and it's actually no real cost to me, um, I wouldn't be asking for a reward. Of course, we shall have you restored in short order. Do not move until the casting be done. Or it's a spell neither I. Okay, this is not true. I do have the spell. So we'll just say, of course, we'll do it in short order. I didn't. It didn't work. Father and blast, your skill is no better than my, rather, I fear that Cluck, you have not the ability to release my enchantment. My only Cluck resource now is to find my master. Would you take me to the Cluck Tower near Bergost? Because there we will find Valantir. He might tell, or should be able to deal with Cluck this. So interesting. I don't know if it failed just because it's part of the dialogue and they want you to take him to his master, or if it failed because I'm wearing armor. And the game just decided I don't have the spell available. Either way, interesting to know. I guess I could save it, take off the armor, and then talk to the chicken again and see if it's different. But I'll leave it as that my spell just wasn't strong enough. Then to his abode we shall go. I'll escort you. For being his apprentice, you seem unsure of his willingness to help you. It's too far afield of us. You'll have to find your own way. Both of these top two answers I like. I do plan to take him there regardless, but I want to see if I can pull a little more information out of him because he did seem like his Master's not too friendly or keen to the idea of helping. Oh, 'tis nothing, Cluck. Really? Often the relationship between Cluck, apprentice, and master is strained. He will help, I am certain. Um, then let's go. Thank you. Okay, so another thing to consider, right here, I just dropped a bag. And this happened to me before, and that's how I know. The chicken came to a full inventory, and because the game didn't know what to do, put the chicken in my inventory, it just dropped the first item. And it's brown, and it matches the ground, and you can hardly even see it. So if I hadn't known that that was going to happen, I would have just lost my bag full of all my gems and all my riches. So that could have been pretty awful if I wasn't paying attention. I've also noticed that my computer just, once I put in Windows 10, I'm not on a nice gaming desktop or anything. I'm just on a crappy little laptop doing this. And it runs slow to begin with ever since I put in Windows 10. It was fine before Windows 10, but as soon as I put in Windows 10, it runs super slow. And whenever it rains, it makes it 10 times worse. Got a Dread Wolf this time. Fought Normal Wolf and Warg. And now we're fighting Dread Wolf. There's a lot of different wolves in this map. Near death. Alright, there you go. So we're going to come down here before we leave to High Edge. What is it called? High Hedge? We're going to come down here and fight this mad guy and his zombies and skeletons. There's so many skeletons and so many zombies that just the chance that they roll lots of 20s is just astoundingly high. So I'm going to use a few items here that I would have liked to conserve, but I'm going to blow them all the same because fight will be really nasty for me otherwise. I have to be careful not to get hit with a spell. So first I'm going to blast a fireball in there. And then I'm going to use another charge off my Wand of Summoning because look at how many skeletons there are. This isn't even close. It's dense like this all the way around this circle. It's just a huge amount. So we'll talk to this guy. Oh, Brother Thurm, why not grace our ears with a ripping tale of the old days? Always a delight.
Always a delight.
Oh, don't hesitate on my account. Some of the others may not have heard them. Hold your peace then, though I remember a time back at Zental Keep when you would sooner die than be quiet. You would sooner, wait till you feel like telling them yourself. I don't remember the old days so well. You there, what is the meaning of this? Who dares interrupt while I speak with my family? I'll have your heads if you're here to harm the... No, it can't be. Is that you, father? It cannot be otherwise. You haven't changed a bit in all these years. Well, you're a human, and I'm a half-elf. I'm pretty sure I'm not your father. You've mistaken me for someone else, and I think you should come along quietly. No doubt Baragost will have people to properly deal with you. Yeah. Hey guy, you're crazy. Why don't you come with me to town? We'll get you fixed. You're mad, monster. Die by my righteous wrath. Uh, obviously he's ailed, so I don't know that I would charge in there ready to kill him, especially saying righteous wrath, because once again, this character's not really religious. Yes, son, it certainly has been a long time. How are you doing, my boy? I don't really see a reason to be deceitful. I mean, I wandered in on this guy with warning from a kid that there's a nutter over here. What benefit do I really gain by trying to trick him? I could just infuriate him and make him madder when he realizes he's wrong. I could just encourage him to try and kill me to make me into one of his family members, the way he obviously has been doing. Or it may help me to get a little bit more information into his predicament. Yes, it's Dad, and I want you to stop all this zombie foolishness and come to Beargus with me. Surely someone there can help you. I think this would just flat out enrage him. I don't remember for sure, but telling him to stop all this zombie foolishness, that's I don't think that's gonna go. So let's try to do this. I seem to be going down the path of the scholar of, let's get some more information so that I can judge the situation better. About as well as can be expected, I guess. It has been difficult, but I've got most of the family back together. Some did not seem to recognize me at first, but I helped them recall. Okay, so that's the hint that he's basically been killing people and raising them. No matter, I've not seen you since Zental Keep. Thank the gods we all got out safely. That's a risky bluff right there. But these are not our kin. What madness has your eyes? Zombies all. So this is probably just gonna enrage him. Can't point out someone's mental illness so bluntly. I am disappointed in you, son. These are not your family, and it's an abomination to suggest it. Both of these just seem like they're gonna enrage him. I don't think either one of these are productive, so we'll keep up the charade. Yes, though it was frightening for a time because I thought I was the only one of us that survived. I thought I was the only one. You lie, you lie. You cannot be my father because he died when I left when I. It's not I who lies, but you to yourself. You rob others of their loved ones to replace those you betrayed long ago. When you ran from your home, leaving them to die, you are a coward and a murderer. Well, that's not very helpful. And today you face judgment. It's not too late to make amends for your actions. Return to Baragos with me and atone for your crimes. So, I'm a good guy, and taking him to jail seems like the good guy thing to do, or escorting him to town to be judged by the law, but not just good, it's also the lawful thing to do. Whereas attacking him and killing him is kind of more the chaotic, let me mete out justice myself kind of attitude. So I could tell him you face judgment, but I'm curious to see when I hit him with the realization of what he's been doing, does he on his own surrender or does he attack me? If he attacks me, then I'm basically getting the same result as this answer would be. No, they lived, all of them. I saved them and they live. I ran. Dead, all dead. It isn't true. It cannot be. You lie. You'll die for slighting my memory. Yeah, okay. Oh, but it appears it is causing all the skeletons to die. That is amazing. I don't get the XP for them though. Oh, and I'm stupefied. But his hold person didn't go off on me so far, so that's good. The confusion will eventually wear off, as will the paralysis. Oh, but not if he starts wailing on me. It won't wear off that fast. Yeah, how many misses I'm gonna make? Can't hit a non-moving body. Oh, there he goes. Okay. So that seems like an excellent answer. Give. I won't have to waste the fiery potion to explode all the skeletons. But I do think I need to switch to a bow. And set this robes on. I'll pick him up after the fight. So we'll get him to explode the skeletons. Then I'll light him up with arrows. That's
Oh,
my
Brother
best chance to
Stern,
shoot him up.
why not grace our ears with a ripping tale of the old days?
Okay.
Always a delight.
Uh, okay. Boom. First hit. So that should fumble a spell. Second hit, but he hasn't started casting yet. Let's fire arrows. Not want to get held. Oh, there you go. Fumble spell again. Sweet. Awesome. Boom. That should fumble the next spell. Oh, and he's dead. That went pretty amazing. So none of these skeletons have anything but crossbow bolts, so I'm not gonna even waste time looking around to loot them. What do we got here? A magical warhammer. This, I think it's a +1, possibly a +2 that does some electricity damage. It's pretty much one of the better blunt weapons in the game. He's got a holy symbol of Cyric, which makes sense if he's coming from Sentinel Keep. But at the same time, I don't know if I can use this for any kind of questing something. I'm pretty sure it's worthless. And some gauntlets. So I can pick up the gauntlets. I don't remember if these are dex gauntlets or some kind of cursed gauntlets. I do want to pick up the robes again, so we're going to drop a few more arrows. Go pick up my robes. I don't plan on ever really wearing these robes. I'll most likely just take them by hedge and sell them. The wizard there? But that fight went amazingly well. I'm very happy with that. The roleplay worked out pretty well too. I tried to be a nice guy. I tried to be concerned. I tried to inform him of his misdeeds, and then he attacked me. So I can't feel sorry for how that turned out for him. Let's darts on skeletons, which no, that would be a complete waste.
Your life ends here.
I don't think darts will do any kind of damage to them. Any significant amount. Oh, I got hit by the skeleton. Painful. Oh, come on. Kill a skeleton already. Oh. And they just got arrows and halberds. Can't believe that skeleton did damage to me. Sure get lucky with their 20s. Rolling 20s all the time. So my inventory is pretty full. And I am in need of lots of healing. I could head back to Berghost or Nashko or something like that to get healed up. But I do have this chicken in my inventory. And if I go too high edge, I should be able to clear out a lot of that inventory. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So I think I will just continue to head there first. Help out the poor chicken Melcamp. Let's not waste any more time than needed getting him cured. I shouldn't get tired from the travel. I'll just have to do the next map cautiously. Or I will have to start getting some healing potions. Which I'm starting to run a little low on. Because I travel off the map here. now. Okay, not immediately tired. Let's click real fast. What I've got going for me. All right. I have done some before. Like I said, I came into the map and went straight down just so that I could buy the scroll case and fled off the map. So I still need to do a complete run of this map, but we will save that for next time. So thank you for watching. It's been fun. See you in the next video.